Hey guys, there's a reason we are hanging out on the sheep farm today. I'm gonna do a bit of a guide video. I haven't really done much videos, or any videos on the game really, because, you know, there's so much guide videos all flooding YouTube. I don't really have anything to add, but I finally think I do have some information that might be helpful to anyone that might find the video here. So it's about Saviour Schnapps, where to find the herbs. Oh my goodness, you guys are noisy. Let's go a little further away from the sheep here. So yeah, where to find the herbs, some alchemy tips that I don't think is out there in the information world. I'm not too sure. I don't look up too much the videos anyways. But also the location of some Saviour Schnapps that respawns if you don't want to do all the alchemy brewing and stuff. So I think there's some good info I have to share. So that's what we're going to do. I got a big old red deer coming in here. I'm going to have to ignore him though. He's getting in the way here. So first off, you got to know where the herbs are, right? The big challenging one, of course, is Belladonna, whatever it's called there. Belladonna, I think it is, right? We open up the map, and its location's about here. I'll show you precisely where it is. But it's southwest of Escape from Tarkov here. Yeah, so you go down just the main road here. There's a little sheep farm here. There's a little lane that goes north. You know what? I haven't actually investigated the lane that goes north. I should do that. Probably swings out here where you can go wash your laundry. But anyways, yeah, there's some nests and everything through here. You can't really see the trail, but you can sort of see pieces of it. Anyways, not too far in is where the herbs are. Now the first one's nettle. Now there's a couple spots you can actually locate one. This nettle's not too difficult to find, but here's the sheep pen. Like, it's right here. So just so you know, it's all these little spiky, nettly looking plants here. So you don't have to go very far at all. Another tip is, you know, you pick this up since you're here anyways. But another tip is this actually grows along fence posts, or not fence posts, just fences. So over here in Trauskowitz, just, you know, right by this alchemy bench, I think, down just all around all the fences, it's all there too. So the nettle's not really any kind of tricky one, but, you know, get the easy stuff out of the way. It's all through here. Get your leg day perk, so you work those leg muscles, get the strength, you know, built up, get Henry strong. So just grab a bunch of that. You don't need a whole lot of nettle. It's the Belladonna you need most of, but yeah, you get all of it right here. So there's all the nettle. And now if you go a wee bit further, I wish it was kind of sunnier days so it'd be easier to see. The Belladonna is like right here. Now there's a thing with the Belladonna. If you're using a gamepad, I'm not too sure if it's a bug or not, or what's going on with it. Maybe I just never found it. But I spent hours and hours trying to find this Belladonna, and I didn't find it until I switched to mouse and keyboard. So I don't know what it was. I could have swore with the gamepad I walked up and was looking at these plants, but I never got the little harvest or the little gather icon that popped up. So I don't know if I was experiencing a bug, because I could have swore I've encountered this plant before. And then I only started getting the little pop-up with the mouse. Anyways, I don't know, just side information. If you can't seem to find it anywhere, you might be looking right at it if you're in gamepad, and it might not be popping up. I'm not too sure. It was just something weird here. But I think this location's fairly popular out there on the internet anyways, but I wanted to just put it in there because, like, here's nettle right beside it too. So yeah, I think it's all through here. I never really go too super in investigating. Yeah, no, it's all here, right? Yeah, so you get all you need. Like, you don't need any other spot really, but you just really need the Belladonna here, because like I was saying, the fence, like the fence row, all in town, all has nettle in it. Anyway, so we got plenty there, so we're gonna head back to the town. We'll go through the brewing tips. Oh, before I do that, I will show you where to get the respawning Saviour Schnapps. It's just at the overturned cart here. I think most people probably have encountered this. Maybe investigate. I don't know if people ignore it or not. You get a tip that like at the start of the game, somebody's talking. You can hear a rumor or something like that. I can't remember, but they mark this overturned cart. So we'll check that out quick. I just want to see if the Schnapps is respawned. So here's the overturned cart now.
Whoa.
And it has a few spots where you can search, but it's only in one. I'm trying to remember, I think it's right here. I think it's this barrel. You go over there, click on this. Is it in here? Yeah, a weak Saviour Schnapps. I only got one this time, and you get a lot of dried beef. Yeah, we'll just take that. It's good for a free save. Sometimes you'll get multiple potions in here, and I don't know the respawn rate on it or how... It could be daily, every other day, but I've gotten several potions of it right here, but it keeps respawning. For me, anyways, it does. You can check this too. Oh yeah, this one's always the same. It looks like the quantities must gain over time, because normally I have a higher amount of salt here, like 25. So that's interesting. Maybe there's some RNG in it. I don't really know. But I've been here recently, so I don't really know how the respawning of the items work. But anyways, I don't know if this goes up over time or what. But this is where it is. You can get several potions here, just, you know, every time you go by. Like, you don't have to, or if you don't want to worry about brewing it. I'm sure there's other spots in the map where it appears, but this is a nice, simple one. If you don't know where the overturned cart is, it's just north of the inn. The Zelyov in here. If we zoom back out. Oh, there it is right there. So, yeah, now we'll head over and we'll do the fun stuff with the alchemy. And, of course, just outside the inn, bandits. I actually took down a guard. Anyways, like, always gonna have to search through here. What do we got here? Anything good? Nah, military sword. They didn't have much on them. And, of course, it's gonna be a storm. Okay, we finally made it. And they damaged my armor and arms. Anyways. I'll take care of that later. So everybody knows about the herb guy here and the potions guy here. This is always a nice place to work because you can sell your stuff like right behind here. But yeah, let's get set up and we'll go over some of the info here. Okay, so first I'm just going to show like the way everybody really knows, but just so you can compare. Because what I've done is you can do a lot of perks, right, with alchemy, like everything else. But there's one perk that makes things a little more lenient. And when you start getting a little more leniency with it and you start practicing with a few things, I start changing the recipe a bit. Which is kind of a neat part of the game. To make it more efficient and quicker and things like that. But I'll kind of show you, because this is sort of the info I don't think I've really seen out there, but I haven't really been looking too much either. But yeah, typically, how most people will do this, right? They'll grab the nettle, they'll chuck it in the wine here, they'll throw that down. So this is your typical way of doing it, right? You wait till it wants to boil. We'll get started a little early. I never really use the whatchamacallit, speed it up or whatever, but people sit here, they'll watch it. Then you spin it around because you need the nettle to do 2 turns. And you kind of twiddle around. Some people will, you know, maybe throw the Belladonna in the mortar or something like that. But there's the 2 turns with that. Then we'll... Oh no, not the nettle. Not the nettle. Put it back. Wrong one. Oh no, I don't want to reset. Here, we'll just throw it in the dish. Grab the Belladonna. Throw the 2 in here. And the mortar. There we go. Throw that, crush it all up. So this is just demonstration of the, you know, how the book shows to do it. Everybody pretty much does it here. And we'll chuck that in there. There we go, Henry doing a fine job. We'll throw that down. Maybe. There we go. And wait for it to start to boil. Spinner. There we go. So that's basically the standard way of doing Saviour Schnapps. We'll just see how it turns out. It should turn out fine. There's that. Lift that off. Grab a little doohickey here, the file. We'll see what we get. I forget what the perfect one is, because I've got the Henry ones, like the Henry potions being made. I think it's 5. Or is it 6? I can't remember now. 5. Okay. So I believe, yeah, I think it's 5. Yeah, if you do it perfectly, you'll get 5. Well, with the perk setup I have, you can actually get more with different perks. I haven't got them all yet. But yeah, if I do it perfectly, I'll get 5 Henry's Saviour Schnapps, which is, you know, the best schnapps there is. But you'll get the best one, like the superior one or whatever you don't want the perks. But that is how the recipe says to do it. But here's how I do it, because there's something to go over here. If we go to the book, this is where the good info comes along. So, I mean, I don't know how many people really care about alchemy or figure it out or whatever, but it kind of works like this. You add the nettle to the cauldron and boil for 2 turns, right? And then you gotta grind and add the belladonna for 1 turn. Well, how the alchemy works is the nettle, even though you're only boiling the nettle for 2 turns, the nettle doesn't disappear after you put the belladonna in, right? So the nettle actually boils for 3 turns. So basically, you just need the nettle to burn for 3 turns, and the grinded belladonna to burn for 1. Or to boil, sorry. Boil for 1. And of course, that has to be at the end, right? To do that. But here, you'll see what I mean. I'm going to show you here. Because you don't really need to use the timer. You don't really need to use the... Oops, I left the whole thing. You don't need to use... Like, you don't need to take the cauldron off the fire. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to be using the wine again. There's a little bit of setup to do, but it's definitely quicker to do it this way. And we'll see how I do. And when I start doing it, I might not be able to talk, because... Yeah, you'll see. So we'll get the inventory here. It's just kind of a more efficient way of setting it up, like when you get going. But how I typically do it is I'll get 1 belladonna in the mortar here. And here, I'll try to explain. So we're going to slam the cauldron down. We're going to grab the nettle, throw it in as it's boiling. As it's boiling, we're going to throw another belladonna in here and start to churn it around. We're not going to be using the timer. And then when the belladonna is all turned up, we're going to throw it in with never lifting this off the fire. If this makes any sense. Because it has... Basically, you don't need to lift it off to throw the belladonna in. The nettle just has to boil for 3 turns in this one. So you don't actually need it to leave. So it can be a little difficult to get used to, because doing it this way, you can't spend time with the sand glass here. But we'll see how I do. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, we'll just do it this way. We'll throw it down. Yeah, I might not be able to talk when I get going here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna chuck this in. Okay. Alright, now if I did it right, it should be the 5 Henry Saviour Schnapps. We'll see. You can either do it by feel, or you can do a timer in your head. And I'm not using like a phone or anything like that. I don't want to like ruin the immersion or anything like that. So I typically do it in my head, the time. Which is why I can't really talk, because I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. There's the same thing. So Henry's Saviour Schnapps, which is like the perfect thing, 5. So when you get that going, it could be much faster than sitting there and putting this back up and down and grinding the thing, and you get it set up. So it goes, you know, it goes pretty smooth. So the best way to do it, I think, the problem is people will count seconds different. I don't recommend using a little timer or anything like outside of the game, like, you know, like a stopwatch or anything like that. Just because I think that's like super immersion breaking. But you can do something like this. So we'll do another one here. You can do these for all the potions. Like, find your own recipe, right? So basically, I did a different recipe. Basically, I just threw that down there, cook this for 3, and that for 1, but all together. And the only reason I throw the Belladonna in here first is because I find I'm a little pressed for time if I try to do it all at once. So this is just kind of the setup here. And you can use this dish too, like to prep ahead of time. But pretty much the sand glass, the trouble with the sand glass, I think people count seconds differently. I think it's probably 10 seconds. It would make sense, but it's more of an 8-second count for me. But sometimes I count too fast and sometimes I count too slow, so that's where a bit of a feel comes into it. But we'll try and do it because it's kind of like if I say it out loud, it's kind of like a dance. So it's kind of ridiculous, but anyway, so we'll try and do it out loud. So you'll throw this down. It doesn't matter if this has been, at least I don't think it matters if it's been boiling too long or anything like that, but we'll do this. We'll throw this in. And then as soon as it hits, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pull the cauldron up and spin your partner. And there you go. So you can do something like that. And then you do it enough times, you just kind of, I don't know, get it sorted out. But it just goes faster. And so you can make a ton of these things and level up. Right, get all these save potions. How'd I do? There we go, 5 again. Yeah, I can't do any better than that until I get some more perks. But yeah, you can do all of them. So anyways, that's my main tips. Let's shut this down here. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to go over. So you know where the Belladonna is, you know where the nettle is. You know where to get free schnapps if you don't want to do any of that. The nettle, I think it's like, is it right outside this fence? I forget where I seen it. Bear with me, it usually grows along fences. I think it's this one. Oh, dandelions. Alright, now I'm proving myself wrong here. Anyways, you can look along fence rows, because I definitely seen it. I just can't remember which fence. But it's another spot there for you to check. See, now it's making me look like a liar. Anyways, it's there somewhere, now it's bugging me. Oh, here, just along this fence row. I think this is where I got it. This is, the Alchemy house is like right there. It's like on the other side of the ditch. There's nettle all through here. But yeah, that's one place you can look. It'll grow along these fence rows in some places. Anyways, I think that's all for now. So hopefully, oh, see, here's some more in here. Yeah, just along the fence. It's all through there. And yeah, here's the Alchemy hut right here. Yeah, there's nettle right here. Right outside the darn thing. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all I had to go over. So you can play around with that alchemy stuff. Remember that you don't have to pull the oil off or the boiling wine or whatever. You can play around with it and figure out your own little recipe. I could even, if I played around with it more, probably even speed it up, because if you get the whatchamacallit perks, player skills, yeah, alchemy. If you get, what is it there? Not poison. There's one? Yeah, more tolerant of minor errors. If you get this one, and then I thought there was another one. I can't remember. I thought you can get this a couple times, but maybe I didn't pick it. This one, oh, this is extra, and this gets you the Henry one. I think there's another secret, or another one to boost this up. Anyways, you can get, yeah, it's down here. You can make it more lenient, right? And also there's the one where I think you can go in the middle of the night there and brew your potions from midnight to 4:30, and then it gives you more leniency on the mistakes. So I think with those, when you get them all active, you can really change some of the recipes up to really cut corners and stuff. But I haven't experimented that much because, I don't know, that works just fine, so... Lots to learn. Yep, praise Lord indeed. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully it helped somebody. Everybody take care. See you later.